Yu-Gi-Oh! Unleashed, Season 3, Episode 12, when the evolution dimension in
Are you sure it's
Guilty?
a good idea to be going along with this? Hey, the High
they have
Commanders
faces,
have
I
already
think.
decided. And besides, we've been spying on these dimensions for long enough.
At least they have hats.
Not to mention, considering recent events, I guess it makes sense to try and speed things along.
Where's Senator Armstrong?
Commanders, you've called.
Ah, Adrian. How goes the new prototype duel pad that we've supplied you
Forgot
with?
Adrian existed. Assuming this isn't the first time we see
It
him.
works like a charm.
All the characters start to blame that for a while.
Good to hear. As soon as we start mass producing it, it'll run circles around the old one. Now, for your next mission, I'd like you to put it to good use.
We have a new dual
The
pad.
higher-ups
Is
have
it the
decided
Switch?
to move on to the next stage of our plan.
Is
You're
it?
to travel to the 4 dimensions
Find out
and
soon
invade a Lancer base. Gather as much information from their main computer as possible.
Which base, sir?
Yeah.
I may ask.
Almost any in either dimension will do. Preferably one with the least amount of traffic as possible. Gather as much information from the Lancer's cybernet as possible. Any ruckus that you create, make sure to cover it up as quickly as possible. We will need all the data we can muster before we can continue with the next stage of our plan. Make sure your mission is the standard. Flawless and efficient.
It is the evolution
Of course,
way.
sir. For a better world.
For a better tomorrow.
Well, the evolution dimension, shock of all shocks, is up to something nefarious. For a better tomorrow, of course. Now let's see who's guilty? The freaking thumbnail showed some monster, but I don't recognize what the heck it is. I only know it's a monster because it's Yu-Gi-Oh! What else is it going to be? I mean, it could be a spell or a trap, but you know.
Alright, Hugo, are you aware of your task? Let's see, go to the address of the Paxtons and see what I can find out about this Jade Paxton and how exactly he recreated Zark and whatnot.
And make sure he's not
Alright.
a diesel.
Correct. You'll do just fine. Will I, though? I mean... I don't know, Percy. I'm not really much for conversation, and... Well, I don't really feel too
Don't think you're going to be
comfortable
having much
going at it
conversation if you're
alone,
going to
you know?
talk to someone who reincarnated Zark.
Well, I'd love to come with you myself.
Sounds like he's going to be kind of cuckoo for Cocoa
I've
Puffs.
got way too much to do here. I don't really think I'll be able to find someone
Or
else
just
to
pure
take
evil.
command until I come back. I could take command. David? I'm not too sure about this. Do you know anything about taking charge of a situation like this? Well,
Nope.
I don't really have any experience in the field, but while I was still in Phoenix University, I did spend some time studying battle strategies and natural Lancer command. Not to mention, my father was a general back when the fusion dimension was,
Invading.
claiming territory, so to speak. I believe I might be able to keep things under control until you return, Percy. Well, I guess I am also a bit curious about this Paxton fellow. Percy, look, if you have to stay here, that's fine. I know what I said, but I'll try to handle it on my own, and besides, I don't want to get you into trouble for leaving this place. It's fine, Hugo, honestly. If I get called out for leaving my post, I'll take the consequences. But I do want your opinion. Do you think we should trust him? Well, I haven't really known him long, but... He
I think
was
he's trying
a
for a
fifth-year
new leaf.
student at Phoenix University before it was scrapped. So,
And he was
I
suspended.
suppose he knows what he's talking about.
Or expelled, I should
Not
say.
to mention, what other options do we really have? Well, let's see. We've got a stubborn Greendale, a brash bounty hunter, an unconscious duelist, and...
A liability.
Yeah, okay, I see your point. Very well then, Mr. Talk. You will be in charge until I return.
It's like how Turner
Hopefully,
is
I won't
just...
be gone long.
You know.
Oh, thank you, sir. I shall operate this place to the best of my abilities. Thank you so much for putting your faith in me, despite only just meeting you. Well,
It's not that I have
if
faith
trust
in you, it's that I have
then
no faith in
I
anyone
trust you.
else.
Just make sure to keep things on defense.
Which I
until
guess is the same
return.
thing at that point.
Of course, sir. Now go out there and show them what true duelists are made of. Come on, Yugioh. We have some discovering to do. Yes, sir. I told you before, you don't have to... Never mind.
Why'd you even call me Huger? Domino City.
Okay,
Pendulum Dimension.
just down the block now. Not too far, Yugioh. Yugioh? You know, it's not too bad here when you've lived here long enough. Honestly, sometimes it just makes me wonder what our home would be like if, it was different. Look, they will be different, mate. Trust me. Once all of this is sorted out, I promise I'll try to find a way to change our dimension for the better. Are you sure about that?
They're post-evolution duelists.
Percy, I like you, I really do. But be honest with me, do you really think that a dimension that's been grounded in its ways and traditions for God knows how long is really going to be willing to change just like that?
No.
Well, don't get me wrong, I don't think it'll be as easy as counting to 3, but I have to try.
It'd be about as easy as
Despite everything
Turner
that's
counting to
happened,
3.
The evolution dimension, it's still our home. And I refuse to acknowledge that it is beyond saving. Well, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying I don't think they'll be able to listen. Or
I refuse to
rather,
lose all faith
they're
in
probably
humanity.
not going to be willing
Except for
to
those
listen.
times
I mean,
where you
you
see things so
know how
stupid, you're like, oh,
stubborn they
fuck
are
us.
in their ways and how grounded they are. Remember Havoc? He's living proof of that. Havoc was a lunatic. I'm sure there's at least one person in our home that believes that our ideals are misguided.
There has to be someone, right?
Don't be too sure. What? Nothing. Look, is that it? Just give me a minute. Yep. This is it. Now for the hard bit. Trying to convince them to talk. Are you sure about this? I mean, you said it yourself that they don't want anything to do with him. Well, we've got to start somewhere. You ready? I guess.
What have you got to lose? Nice place, at least.
Thank you for taking your time out of your day to talk to us, Mr. Paxton. Now, I know what we're about to ask you is a little touchy, but... Oh, I know exactly why you're here. Right. Now, you must understand... No. You don't understand. We said... We told you and your people that we want nothing to do with this, and yet here you are, coming to ask me questions about it anyway. I know, but please, you must... No. I refuse to even acknowledge them. Our son did the unthinkable. Resurrected. He played God. How can anyone even fathom something like that? If you want to learn anything about him, if you want to learn what happened to him, then fine, I'll tell you. Don't know, don't care. He's dead to me. Damn it, Yugioh, you're dead to me. Yugioh, are you okay?
Nope.
I'm sorry, I just need to go outside. Where do you think you're going, Lancer? Away from a poor excuse of a father like you. Yugioh! No, this has to be said. I get why. I get why you're against your son. how could anyone look at him anymore after that, but... He's still your son! How could you just throw him aside like that, and not even acknowledge he exists anymore? Yeah, he screwed up, but he's still your own flesh and blood. You can't just push him aside, even if he does the most stupidest of things, even if he screws up in the most ridiculous of ways, like forgetting to wash the pots, or forgetting to make his own bed, or not
Projecting.
not being good enough. That's beside... Look! I get it. You probably don't want to acknowledge him. I don't even care about that, but please listen to me. If you don't tell us what you know, then dozens of people, millions of people could be killed. They will perish, and I know you're already struggling to acknowledge what he's done, but do you really want this to pile up on your conscience as well? Do you want to be responsible for this too? Ugh.
He made some points, though.
I'm really sorry about him. No. He's right. I find it hard to acknowledge my son, but he got us into this mess. I might as well do what I can to rectify it. Like I said earlier, I don't know what happened to him the day he disappeared, but before then, Lancers came to our house and they explored the entire place and took all of his research. I didn't get a chance to look at it myself, and they didn't tell us what they were going to do with it, but if I were to guess, they would have probably dumped it into one of their bases in the town square.
Or into the sea, so no one can do it again.
Probably find your answers. When was the last time you encountered him? Well, before the Lancers came, he came to our house, tell us he was expelled, and packed his things and left. We tried to get some answers out of him, and we tried to stop him, but didn't give us much. When was this? August 27th, about 4 years ago. Let's see. Anything else, you know?
Dang, this is going up on September 27th. Fancy that.
No, sorry. It's alright, sir. I won't pester you anymore. You've done plenty already. Thank you for your cooperation. You took your time. Did he tell you anything? You could say that. Next location, Lancer base in town. Hopefully, we should be able to get a start on what the heck's going on there.
And that run into Adrians.
Start, I guess.
Not that we know that he's there. Or would be.
Hugo, look. About your outburst earlier, No, I'm sorry. I stepped out of line. I shouldn't have. You sure? You don't need to talk about it? I've dealt with something like that before. I'll be fine, honestly. I'll be alright. You sure about that? I know a mental outburst when I see one. Sir,
What, you a
please, you've
psychiatrist?
already done enough.
No. I have eyes.
Look, Hugo, was it? I apologize for my attitude earlier. I'm a counselor, you see. A few years ago,
I wasn't far off
helped a few
then.
duelists who were not in the best state after the fusion dimensions shenanigans. And I know pain when I see it, both the physical and the mental. Here. If you ever get the chance, call me. I'll see what I can do.
Hugo's gonna need that when this is all over.
Oh, and if you ever find Jade, never mind. Yugioh? Right. Right this way, General Percy.
Meanwhile...
I must admit, I wasn't really expecting you. Neither of us were. Well, let's just say the files in this base have some important information that could help us in the battle against Mephiles. Which is why I'm here. I need to access some of those files. Do you think you can unlock the doors for me? Of course, sir. I'll be right back with you in a minute. Percy, do you think this fusion monster should go in my deck?
Gave you a fusion?
Assuming you have enough material to summon it. Yes, I suppose. Yeah, but it could be a bit tricky to bring out. Not really sure what situation I...
Oh, this is the anime. We have like a 500 card extra
I'll
deck
side
limit.
deck it just in case.
If that. Do you know how many extra deck monsters Bloody
So,
Saku had?
Are you
More
going
than
to
15!
Consider it? Consider what? Therapy.
What's funny is
Maybe.
Yugioh had exactly 15.
I don't really think it's something I should be doing. Not while all this is happening. I appreciate your commitment, Yugioh, but you're only as good as your mental state is. And besides, I've seen this sort of thing play out before. If you have any problems, I don't want this to escalate. It's not good... Sorry. It's not going to be a problem. Honestly, I'm fine. I am. Just let me help stop what our dimension couldn't. I'll be fine, honestly. If you say so, but if this starts to become a problem, then... What?
Who used Big Bangs?
Oh, now what? Can't we just do a mission successfully and have that be the end of it?
What series do you think you're in?
Well, where's the fun in that? Wow, that was easier than I thought.
Not too shabby with the effect there.
Granted, I'll have to erase your memories now, but... oh well, I got this under control.
That wasn't planned.
Percy? Adrian?
They know each other?
I don't believe this. You're back. Where'd you been?
Of course.
And what are you doing with that
Evolution
imperfect?
dimension. What am I thinking?
Okay, I'm lost. Percy, you know this guy? Oi, butt out of this, imperfect. You can only speak when you're spoke. Adrian, shut it! Yes, Yugioh, we know each other. Well, we used to be old friends. Ah. As if today wasn't already complicated. Yugioh, go back. Warn the others. Bring backup. What about you? I'll hold him off as best as I can. Go. Yeah, right, okay. Be safe. Be careful.
Well, I'm not going to intentionally try to run to a brick wall.
Percy, pal, what are you doing? What's going on here? Where have you been? You know what? Never mind. Come on, let's head back home. You can tell me the whole story later. I'm not going home. What? Tell me something, Adrian. You kicked Yugioh out of your dimension because you believe that he exposed evolution summoning and our dimension to the Lancers, right? Well, yeah, that heap of garbage. No. You always caught on quick. He didn't expose them. He didn't expose us. I did. No. That can't be. It can't be you.
That's impossible.
Is this about... No. You have to be brainwashed, that's it. I've heard stuff about these dimensions having things... What were they called? Fusion parasites, I think?
They do
Yeah,
have
that's
that.
it. One of them must be in your brain. They must be controlling you. No, don't worry. I'll get you home. I'll get you fixed. Don't worry, buddy. We'll have you better as soon...
Access denied.
Fixed. You think I need to be fixed?
Yeah, boy.
We are not robots, Adrian. We're not machines. We're not vehicles that can be replaced if there's a better version of us, or mended if we're broken. We are people. We can only be as good as we are. We can't just keep unacknowledging those of us who aren't. I'm sorry. I really am. But I've made up my mind when I left our home. I made up my mind when I disappeared. I know what I'm doing. And I can't let you leave. No.
So, blow us up. Show off the new improved dual pad. It is a Switch. Oh my god, I was bluffing.
You backstabbing jerk! How could you? How could you turn your back on me? On us, on everyone, on our entire dimension, our home! You traitor! You sold us out for all this?
I didn't
For that
turn my
imperfect?
back.
For all these grimy, dirty places? Right now, these dimensions have more sense than our home could ever know.
I didn't turn my back on my
Sorry,
dimension.
but
My dimension turned
I know
its
what I
back
signed up
on me.
I must go through with this. I need to correct the wrongs that our dimension has made. No. Oh, I don't... Come on, please, come home with me. I don't want to do this to you. I know where this is going, and I don't want it to go that way. You're right, it doesn't have to be this way. Just abandon whatever mission you've accepted and join me. We can do this together. No. I won't. I won't turn back on my home. I won't turn back on everything that we've been through. Everything we've worked for. The only thing we've worked for is to create more suffering. I won't believe that. I'm sorry, Percy. But I have a mission to complete. I must do so, no matter what the cost. Oh, what's that? You like it? It's the new and improved duel pad. Well, more specifically, a prototype that we've been working on. But once this thing is mass-produced, it should run circles around the old one.
How?
Yeah, sure looks like it.
Well, it's a prototype. Now it's gonna be perfect. Oh, hello. Oh, great. He's got Power Glove. Oh.
That looks like a lot to get it going. You sure it isn't an improvement over this? It'll be worth it once you see it in action. Last chance.
Now turn on Breath of the Wild.
Please. Come home with me. Forget about them.
We'll play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe
Our
together.
dimension has forgotten about them long enough. Hopefully I could convince you otherwise during our match. Then you know what I have to do. Indeed. But by the end of this match, hopefully you'll be singing a different tune. Let's duel!
Well, things have gotten serious now. You looked up to me as a hero, but now you're seeing me as a villain. Guilty, Part 2. Or rather, Guilty, Part 2?
Alright then, since you're an old friend, I'll let you go first. You still want to call me a friend? Even after everything you've just said?
What are friends for, right?
Yeah, right. I draw. I activate the spell card, Hydro Unit, Power Up.
Hydro units.
This lets me special summon one Hydro Unit monster from my deck. I summon the normal monster Hydro Unit Egg. 0 attack points.
At level 5.
He's merely a pawn in my game. A piece of the machine that I plan to bring out. He won't be around long. I activate the EXP card, Hydro Unit Deploy. This lets me take my level 5 egg and expand the DNA strand. Now prepare yourself, my former comrade, as you witness one of the Evolution Dimension's newest weapons. I Evolution Summon Level 10, Hydro Unit 0, Core!
Having a transformation sequence we can't see. So that's what I saw in the thumbnail.
What the heck? Unit deployed, ready for battle.
What?
Well,
You're inside of it?
you guys have been busy. Indeed, this is only merely the beginning of a new era for the Evolution Dimension.
It's not Hydro,
have
it's
evolved.
Hydra.
Now, moving on to my core's ability. When it is summoned, it is placed in the field spell zone as a field spell card
Oh
instead.
no, not one of
Its
these.
abilities cannot be negated, and it is unaffected by all other card effects. However, if you manage to attack my life points directly while there are no monsters on my field, it is destroyed. Well, that leaves your life points wide open. Not for long. My core has plenty of abilities to share with you. Ability number 1. Once per turn, I can special summon one Hydra Unit Evolution monster from my extra deck.
What?
Meet Hydra Unit 2, Blaze Blaster! I activate my Blaze Blaster's ability. Once per turn, I can remove an EXP card in order to inflict 300 points of damage to your life points for every evolution monster on my field.
600. Alright, the
Normally,
field
I would
spell
have to
doesn't
banish
count.
EXP cards from the graveyard, but thanks to my core, I'm allowed to banish the top card of my deck instead. I set one card face down, and it's your move. Okay, no pressure. Draw! Alright then, I'll start with a spell of my own. Hydrophobe Prowl. Now, I can discard a card from my hand in order to add one Hydrophobic Blue and one Hydrophobe monster to my hand. I'll activate my Hydrophobic Blue, which lets me add another Hydrophobe monster to my hand, and since it's a normal monster, it's summoned. Come to the field, Hydrophobe Lizard! I also normal summon my Hydrophobe Ratfish, and then I will use my Big Blue to evolve both of them. I expand the DNA strand. First, using my lizard to evolution summon my favorite monster, Hydrophobe Mosasaur! Makes sense. You're always fond of that monster. Of course.
But I'm not done.
These creatures were the T-Rex of the deep back in their day. And he won't be prowling alone. Now I evolve my Ratfish. Evolution summon Hydrophobe Helicoprion! Now, before I do anything else, I'll activate the graveyard ability of the monster I discarded, my Hydrophobe Barnacle. Not only can I summon it from my graveyard to the field, but I get to summon 2 more Barnacles from my deck. Now, by tributing all 3 of them, you take 300 points of damage for each of them.
Nice.
Why would you do that?
Now we're a bit more even.
Because now that all 3 of them are in the graveyard, they're treated as EXP cards. Now, speaking of which, I'll remove an EXP card from my graveyard in order to activate Helicoprion's skill. Destroy that head and inflict damage equal to half its attack points. Off with your head! Ah!
Impressive.
And that only leaves you. Don't be so sure.
Another one.
What? Where did he come from?
The extra deck.
That is the special ability of my Hydra monster. You know what a Hydra is, Percy? You know what it does? Cut off one head and 2 more shall take its place. In this case, since my monster was destroyed, I can summon another Hydra unit monster from my deck. Meet Hydra Unit
1.
Photon Barrier! And my core's other special ability lets me bring back the monster you just destroyed. Return, Blaze Blaster! Ugh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Tell me though, old friend, that ability is once per turn, right? Correct. Then I should have no problem taking care of your Blaze Blaster.
Because Helicoprion isn't.
Helicoprion, attack!
Helicoprion.
I activate my Unit 1 special ability, negating its destruction. Mosasaur, finish it! I activate my trap, Hydra Unit Nanobots. Now, I can summon back the destroyed monster and gain life points equal to its attack points.
No!
That's annoying. Most of the damage I just inflicted was rendered mute. Oh well, I set 2 cards face down, and that will be my turn. Why? Percy, please, I don't understand. Why? Why? How could it even come to this? Why must we take opposite sides? It doesn't have to be that way, I keep telling you. Look, just let me talk to you. Let me open your eyes. Let me help you understand. Shut up! I understand my place. I understand our objectives. I'm sorry, Percy, but by turning your back on our dimension, you have become imperfect. And it's my job to correct that. Draw! Now then, to start... Come on! Okay, there we go. You know, for a brand new and improved duel pad, it doesn't appear to be up to code.
It's still a prototype.
Just a prototype. Give it time, and when this thing is produced, it will run circles around your out-of-date model. Even the greatest work requires progress. Oh, that's rich. So you're willing to give technology a chance to improve in our dimension, but not people?
Huh.
Can't
Good
you see how
point.
hypocritical that is, old friend?
Hmm.
Will you shut up? You don't deserve to call me a friend. Not after everything you've done. Look, I know what I'm doing seems wrong. And yeah, you have a perfectly good reason to be mad at me, but everything I'm doing is for our own good. For the good of our dimension.
Is it, though?
Turning your back on your home, on all of us? Ugh. I had to. Everything we've been taught ever since we were young is a lie. We've been taught that perfection is the key for humanity to survive. It's the key to make a great society. But it is. Look, come on, Percy. You've seen the proof. Look at the state of these dimensions. Look at the problems they suffer with. Climate change, overpopulation, war. Look at our world. Look at it in comparison. It's flawless. It's brilliant. It's a paradise. Oh, is it? And what about all the people? All the imperfects that have been thrown aside because they're not classed as being good enough? You know what they are. They're meaningless. They're dust. Nothing more than filth which we've cleaned up along with every other problem in our dimension. It's only necessary. Oh yeah, and by clean up, you mean sweep under the rug so Mum doesn't notice. You know what? It's ironic. In an entire dimension where our whole summoning method revolves around evolving and changing,
We
it's
refuse
our
to.
home that refuses to do so. That refuses to change. Not even for the better. But we are evolving. Look at what I have right now. Is this not proof? Is this not proof of our potential? Of our progress? You want to prove it to me? Then fine. Just surrender the duel. End this. Just listen to me. Let me convince. Never! I will not turn back on my home like you have. I will have my mind reduced to ashes before I do. Now, on with my turn. I summon Hydro Unit Missile Dragon. With his ability, I can summon my Hydro Unit Egg back from the graveyard. Then, I get to reduce its level to 4.
Can Xyz summon?
Now, I will activate the graveyard ability of my Hydro Unit Deploy. By banishing the top 3 cards of my deck, I can add it back to my hand. Then I'll use it to once again evolve my egg. I expand the DNA strand. Meet Hydro Unit 3. Barrel Buster! Impressive, but he won't be staying on the field long. I activate my Helicoprion's ability once more, banishing an EXP card to destroy your monster. Aw, cute. You think you can destroy my monster? As if. I activate my Photon Barrier's ability once more, banishing a card to negate my monster's destruction. Ah, damn it! Don't worry though, a monster will be destroyed, but it won't be one of mine. Now I play the ability of my Buster. By banishing a card, I can destroy your Mosasaur. Yeah, no thank you. I play Hydrophobe Ambush, negating your monster's effect and destroying it.
Nice.
And there goes that little head of yours. And now he's back. Go Core!
Gah.
Forgot about that. I guess I am in a bit of trouble. That sucker's got 3 heads. Make that 4. I use my Core's ability once more to summon a second Blaze Blaster! Oh no. I know what that monster does.
Wait, that sucker's got 3 heads. It's a
appreciate
Bakugan
you paying
reference with
attention.
Hydronoid.
So, I think you know how this already works. I activate the skill of my Blaze Blaster, banishing a card to inflict damage. And now I do so again with my second Blaze Blaster! Oh, and what a coincidence. The card I banished from the top of my deck was my Hydro Unit Scatter Drake. And when it's banished, I get to destroy one card on the field. Bye-bye, Mosasaur!
Yeah.
Well, no! And just to add the icing on the cake, since one of my Hydro units inflict damage to your life points, I can tribute my Missile Dragon to inflict another 1,000 points of damage! Whatever happened to all that sympathy that you showed earlier? You're kidding, right? You really think I'm gonna show that level of leniency against you? After everything you've just said, you were the one who chose to make yourself imperfect. So forgive me for treating you with the respect you deserve. Okay, yeah, maybe I deserved it, but what about every other person we class as imperfect back home? Do you think they deserved it? You don't think they tried their best? I told you they don't matter. If they were unable to hold the goal, the dream of our dimension, or keep it alive, then that's their own doing. Why are you even defending them? It's not worth it. Why not? There's hardly anyone back home that does. So be it. Battle! Barrel Buster, attack! Destroy his Helicoprion! Oh, and when my Barrel Buster is battling, it gains an additional 200 attack points for every other evolution monster on my field.
Not that it matters.
Not that it matters, though, because your Helicoprion barely has enough attack points to defend what remains of your life points. Well, then it's a good thing I have this. I activate my second trap, Hydrofoe Armada. Now, I can summon my Hydrofoe Mosasaur back from my graveyard! I can still attack your Helicoprion. Can you? I activate my Mosasaur's ability. By banishing an EXP card from my graveyard, not only do you have to attack him now, but your monster's attack points return to normal. What? Well,
Right back to where you
at least I
started.
can still activate my Buster's ability. Summoning another... Nope! Go! Hydrofoe Anomalokairos!
What?
With this monster, not only can I negate your monster's skill, but you can no longer activate any monster effects, or skills, that would special summon a monster this turn. No! And my Blaze Blasters still have to attack! Yep, Mosasaur, distinguish his Blaze Blaster! Triassic Tidal Wave!
Extinguished, but okay.
Now attack the second one! Ah!
But
If that
Unit
barrier
1's
was
in the
attack
head.
mode, then I would have been able to
Yeah, it's in
win.
defense.
No matter. I set one card face down. It's your move. During the end phase, my Mosasaur is destroyed. I draw.
Armada.
Now then, I'll begin with the spell card Hydrofoe Alert. With this, I can banish my Helicoprion, and by doing so, I can add a new Hydrofoe monster to my hand. Now, I summon Hydrofoe Dolphin! Odd. I feel like I've seen that card before. I mean, I've never seen you use it, but... I don't know. What is it? Where have I seen it? I activate this monster's ability. By tributing it, I can special summon 2 Hydrofoe monsters from my deck with different names. I summon forth my Hydrofoe Shark and Octopus. Now I play my Big Blue in order to expand the DNA strand. First, my Shark. I evolution summon Hydrofoe Megalodon.
Nice.
And since I evolution summoned a Hydrofoe monster, my Helicoprion swims back to the field. Now I
Yeah,
evolve
the
my
Megalodon
Octopus.
looks cool. I like the
Emerge,
submarine in the
Hydrofoe
background.
Nautiloid!
Nice
3
pun.
evolution monsters in one turn. Impressive, but I'm not going down without a fight. Neither am I. I activate Megalodon's special ability. By removing an EXP card from my graveyard, I get to destroy one monster on the field. Say goodbye to your barrier. Wrong. Go, barrier! Banish a card and negate the destruction. Good. Then my Helicoprion can have a shot at it. Go!
Now start taking the bait, idiots.
At least I can use its ability. Nope, I activate Nautiloid's skill, banishing an EXP card to negate your monster's skill. Ah! Fine, then I'll use Core to bring it back! Even after all that, you still have at least one monster to defend yourself.
Yep.
You always manage to find a way to at least hop to the finish line. I appreciate that. But there's just one little detail I forgot to mention about my Megalodon. It does piercing damage.
Shit.
Then it's a good thing you won't be doing piercing damage. I play my trap. Hydro Unit Photon Guard.
What's that do?
With this trap, you can no longer conduct your battle phase. My point exactly. I set one card face down and end my turn. Draw! Whoa! Come on! Looks like that duel pad is really giving him trouble. So much for being the newest thing. Still, it doesn't really make sense. Why would they give him such a faulty device?
Yeah. Unless this is a setup.
Unless...
he's just a guinea pig.
Oh no. No. Adrian, listen to me! You have to stop this duel, now! Look, I don't care about you forgiving me anymore, just please stop this duel! End it in a draw. I don't care what you do, just stop,
They're
right
hoping
now!
the thing gets blown up to blow up the base with it.
Seriously? What things are you trying to put into my head this time? This isn't just about that anymore. This is about life and death. Listen to me. Your superiors, your higher-ups, they knew about that device. They knew about it being faulty. Why do you think they gave it you?
To you.
Why else? Because they trust me with one of their newest upcoming projects.
No.
In fact, I've heard rumors that they're planning to promote me once this is all over.
Yeah, to a graveyard.
You'll be promoted, all right. Promoted to lab rat.
Or
Are
heaven.
you trying to insult me? I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to save you. Listen to me. They knew that device would be faulty. You're a guinea pig. They don't care what happens to it. They just want to test it. The only reason why they gave it to you was so they could clean out any faults that it had. Oh, come on. They only do that to imperfects. Do you think the higher-ups would waste a perfectly good soldier just to use them as a test subject?
Yes!
Look, Adrian, you forget that I used to be one of their higher-ups. I know how they work. They don't just do it with imperfects. They do it with any soldier, anyone that they think is dragging behind the rest. You think that this is too important for them to risk going up in smoke? There are dozens of spies and soldiers in our dimension. They could just replace you just like that. Who's to say that they're not planning or looking for your replacement as we speak? If you think I am going to listen to a single word that is coming out of your mouth after everything, you've got another thing coming. Because I'm done listening to you. You gotta be kidding me. Why can't they just listen? I think the
Too
better
stuck in
question
their
is, why
ways.
should I listen after you shattered your trust in me? Think about it. You claim that what you're doing here is for the greater good. Even if that's true or not, why should I believe you after I trusted you like a brother? Do you remember me or any of our other friends?
Oh, I didn't remember
What
you.
about your family? What about everything we've been through back home? Our times at school, our times training, our times becoming stronger together. Is all of that meaningless now? Was it worth it throwing all of that out of the window just to do what you believe is right?
Yes.
The entire life you had before? Is it worth it just throwing all of that away?
Well, is it? Is it? Is it? I don't know! I don't know. You don't know. But there is something that I do know.
You want me to end this duel? Then fine, I'll grant your wish.
Okay, to start my turn, I will banish my photon guard from the graveyard. By doing so, I get to add one banished Hydro unit card to my hand. And I've picked the perfect one. But before we do that, let's hire a little bit of backup. Go! Hydro Unit Core! I summon to the field Hydro Unit 5 EMP Charger!
Another new one.
No thanks. Helicopry!
Access denied.
What?
Sorry, but I'm done dealing with that bloody Helicoprion. It's been a pain in my side for too long. You see, when my EMP Charger is summoned, the effects and skills of all face-up cards on your field are negated. Oh, and that means my big blue is gone as well. I can't evolution summon anymore.
Ugh.
Now, I activate the magic of Return of the Dragon Lords. This lets me bring my Hydro Unit 3 back from the graveyard. But he won't be staying long. Not when I activate the spell card, Hydro Unit Enhanced Evolution.
What?
With this spell card, I can take my recently summoned Hydro Unit 3 and expand the DNA strand. You're evolution summoning using an evolution monster? Yeah, sorry. Nice try, but, well, that doesn't work. I mean, your monster is a level 8. Monster levels only go up to 12. You can't just summon a monster beyond that.
Can you?
Incorrect. I expand the DNA strand using my level 8 Hydra unit in order to evolution summon my level 16
What?
monster. What? Deploy Hydro Unit X300 Prime Barrel Destroyer!
16 stars! And people thought rank 13 was ridiculous. Hold my
Level
beer.
16 monster? Well, Percy, do you think we're not improving now? Do you think we're not evolving now?
That's one way to get around the whole two rows
How
of
is this
stars it
even
would have been.
possible? Because we have simply made it possible. And this? Oh, wait until you see the other high-level evolution monsters that we have in store.
What?
Now,
There's
this
more?
monster's skill. It gains 2,000 attack points for every other Hydro unit monster I control. I control 2 others, so it has 4,000 attack. And then, there's its other special ability. I banish a card and destroy all monsters on your field! Hydra Purge!
No.
And although my destroyer is the only monster allowed to attack, it gains an additional attack for every monster that it destroys.
Oh no.
Not that it matters though, because it won't take much more to deplete your life points. This is what you get for betraying me. For betraying us. Our home. Battle! No, you don't! I play a second Hydrofoe Armada! What, so you can bring back Mosasaur again? No, thank you. I play my EMP Charger! I banish another card to negate your trap! Let's just get this over with. Destroyer, end this duel. Prime Magnum Cannon, fire!
Percy!
Forgive me, old friend. Oh. Even after everything you just said, you still acknowledge me as a friend. I knew there was still some sympathy left in you. How are you alive? My Hydrofoe Dolphin. By adding this card from my graveyard to my hand, I don't take any damage.
It's a
Not
cost.
just now, but for the rest of this turn. Oh, that thing again. Oh, Oh well. It's not like you have much left anyway. Your big blue is negated, so no evolution summoning. Even if you do manage to activate a spell or trap that can help you, I can just negate it with EMP Charger. So you're just about done. I end my turn. Thank you, old girl. Now, I'll put an end to this.
Girl.
One way or another. I draw.
Pesking shark.
Last chance, Adrian. I know it won't be easy turning your back on everything that you've worked for and everything you've ever known, but trust me, it isn't worth it. Everything we've been raised to believe is a lie. Well, that's the difference between you and me, Percy. I won't turn my back on my dimension. Not my home. Not now, not ever. Even if what you're saying is true. It's still my home and my responsibility. And I must stay firm with our beliefs. Fine. Don't say I didn't warn you. Now then, I play Hydropho Basking Shark! So that's your final hope. A high-level monster that you have no hope in summoning to the field because there are no cards you can use to sacrifice.
I don't need to sacrifice
I
sports.
do need to sacrifice for this monster.
Oh, never mind then.
But I don't need to sacrifice any of my monsters.
What?
In order to bring this card out, I'm going to sacrifice 2 of your monsters!
It's a lava golem?
What? 2 of mine? I'm afraid so. I sacrifice your EMP Charger and your Destroyer in order to summon Basking Shark to your side of the field. No! Well, at least you've given me a beefy monster to defend myself. Yeah, but that beefy monster also allows me to add a Hydropho card to my hand. And now I'll play it. I activate Rehydropho! Now, I get to special summon 1 Hydropho monster from my graveyard. Oh, no! With that card, he can bring back his Helicoprion and he can burn me for game! I bring back Hydropho Mosasaur!
Of course.
What? Why? What are you doing? You just gave up the win! Did I? Or maybe a small part of me wants to keep this duel going. Just so I could have some more time to try and convince you. If that's the case, then you're a fool. You know that I'm not going to stop at nothing at this point.
You're not going to stop at nothing?
Yeah, maybe it was a fool's wish. But since I summoned an evolution monster, my spell lets me draw another card from my deck. And now, I'll activate it. From my hand, I activate Polymerization!
Fusion?
What? What is that card? I'll show you. With this spell, I combined my Hydropho Mosasaur on the field with the Hydropho Dolphin in my hand. I fuse the beauty and the beast together. With these 2 cards, I create the perfect unity. I fusion summon Aloe Hydropho Tylosaur!
The heck?
Beautiful as ever. A fusion monster? You tainted your deck with the summoning mechanics of these dimensions? I prefer the term upgraded. Now, with this monster's ability, all of your monsters are forced into attack position. Oh, no! And I'm afraid it gets worse. I conduct my battle phase, and during the battle phase, when my monster attacks one of yours, your monster loses attack points equal to its defense points.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Adrian, but you're staying firm in your beliefs, and I'm staying firm in mine. Oh, just
Something's
end
got
it
to
already.
give.
I know where this is going. Fine. Tylosaur, end this duel. United Title Formation! Ah!
That could not have been easy.
Lost. No! 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 I'm a disgrace. I can't. Don't worry. I'll fix this. I'll rectify this. Wait, Adrian! Please, don't do it! Why not? It's tradition. Yeah, just because it's tradition doesn't mean you have to do it! Do you even know what you're doing? You're throwing away your own life! You know what happens when you hit the instant mind erase. What do you think it does? I have disgraced my dimension. By losing this duel, I've become imperfect. Only my disposal will clean the stain. Adrian, I told you before. They were going to do it anyway. Why do you think they gave you that faulty duel pad?
Look,
I know I'm probably the last person that you want to trust right now. And I know you have every reason to ignore me. But I don't want to lose a friend. You asked me earlier if what I was doing here was really right. Turning my back on my entire history. Throwing away my entire career. Turning my back on my entire family. You asked me if it was all worth it. Well, let me ask you this. Is throwing away your life for your own dimension really worth it? I have no choice. It's survival of the fittest. Yeah, but what's the point of survival of the fittest if everyone is the fittest? You know, I figured it out. That monster card you used, a Hydropho Dolphin. I had a feeling it looked familiar. I just couldn't put my finger on it. Originally, I thought I'd seen it before as a card, but now I remember. It was like Dulcie, wasn't it? I'd figured that she'd tame you. No. She didn't. She opened my eyes. Please, let me open yours. Goodbye, Percy. No. No! Instant mind erase! What?
It's not working. Dial up? No! Well, he was erased. And his mind probably was too. Keeps losing people, no matter how hard he tries.
Only you saw how flawed you really are.
Unfortunately, by the time we found out, it was too late. Well, it was a fun one to check out. Well, not really fun, but more interesting to learn. Yeah, I think that's a good choice of words. Get to see a bit more of Hugo's character, but mostly Percy, who still has the show and rhyme with it. That guy cannot get a break. Keeps losing everyone around him. Where's Dulcie now, Adrian? With Trend. Level 16 monster is pretty unexpected, though. When I heard the line about the whole, like, monsters only go to level 12s, my brain just immediately thought of the text would be like, You assume that's because monsters can only have 12 levels, except that's the maximum for Xyz. But they're wrong. There's a level above 12. Rank 13! Thanks, Elithus. Or something like that. And then when I first saw that, my jaw basically hit the floor like, what?! And then Esco Knight went, hold my beer. Oh, 13? You think I'm gonna go for a level 14 after that? Nah, brah. 16. And it's gonna be more level hires in store, evidently. Assuming that they don't abandon that prototype, sort of thing. Wouldn't surprise me. More Nintendo Switches are on the way. New improved dual pads. First, you brought up some good points, though. The dimension is flawed in so many ways. We are a dimension that's entirely perfect, but we believe in survival of the fittest. We believe in upgrading no matter what, but humans are perfect as they are. But our technology isn't. We value our technology over our people. And we use our people as guinea pigs. It's a miracle, really, when you think about it. It's a miracle the dimension has lasted so long, because anything with that sort of mind in thinking would have collapsed sooner. But if there's anything the real world has taught me, it's that sometimes things happen that you would never expect. You know, like once in a blue moon, the unthinkable happens. You know. Sometimes life is that freaking Sonic movie quote. How are you still alive? I have no idea! Wait. Shame for Percy. Well, it was a long one, but it was nice to check out. Next time, Joan Cerner. Later.